You know, Will Smith assaulting Chris Rock illustrates just how men are defined by a servitude to women. Alan Millard, Men's Equality. This thing happening with Will Smith illustrates very well how men are raised from boyhood to serve women due to a female superiority status as to even define manhood. Once this female ownership is sculpted into the male psyche, women as men's puppet masters, an applicable term first used by Esther Vilar, applying to men in her book, The Manipulated Man, have the ability to pit one man against the other to get their way, even to satisfy their sadistic ego by implementing violence, as in the case of Will Smith assaulting Chris Rock. Boys need to be raised differently, defined in their own right as men rather than as mere disposable pawns for women, pitted against each other by women as well as by a government occupied by men as mere figureheads bound to serve women. And by the way, that is not a patriarchy. Wars are conducted in the same manner. What's sad is, as a result, that men take pride in their disposable utility pawn existence as men. This is a form of what we can identify as toxic behavior. And if that behavior is exclusively held by men in a female sculpted male, that's toxic masculinity. Not different than toxic femininity applying to women in the form of feminism or traditional misandry, commonly referred to as chivalry, and the female servitude demands on the female's behalf in that case as well. Once under this poor excuse for manhood, female ownership, a man is bound to a servitude role for women, defining his manhood to which he is held to conformity by shaming. And shaming tactics include what kind of a man strikes a woman? Well, the answer is the same kind in character held by a woman who strikes a man. Same quality, same character, with the only difference being the female superiority mindset or female ego that a man is bound to serve. Men bound by a blind servitude to women often commit crimes for women, as demonstrated in the Will Smith case. If they can, they will often even take the rap for women. Even if ever convicted for the same crime a man commits, due to her higher status, a woman usually gets a lighter sentence when prosecuted. Male police officers, often under the chivalry code of conduct favoring and serving women as real men, will often arrest men instead of the women involved. This will often occur even if the women are guilty too, with the voluntary endorsement, self-hate, and self-sacrifice, or not, of the man involved, due to them also being sculpted to take it like a man and not and make sure they serve women on both accounts, the police and the male victims. They will even, as chivalrous smocks, say it was their fault for protecting a woman from being held accountable for the consequences of her actions. Don't we see this as a common standard anyway? Does this not correspond to practically all aspects of our human existence in society now? Do you finally get it? As the title of my latest book conveys, this is a flaw from within.